Hold on, what was... Oh, yeah. Now I have to go hunting Slitherfangs.
Champion, get to the chief! Carla went after the chief in the throne room. Track your targets!
Watch for any change in tactics.
Help the chief!
Yeah, the Chief will be fine. Chief has plot armor. Until I get there. Where are we going? Which way are we going? It's my other question. This way?
Katalo!
This isn't finished! I'll be back with everything I have! And all who stand with Hekarro will be run red.
Now...
At attention. You fought well. Proved yourself against enemies both metal and flesh. I name you all Marshal. Your first order is to secure the arena from any remaining rebels. Go. I failed. I should have finished Regalla. But now she'll be back with more machines. Stronger than ever.
I'll do what I can to help.
No, you've done enough. Far more than our bargain called for. When we first met, you spoke of your true mission on which all depends. I wasn't certain if I believed you then. But I believe in you now. So leave me. And get to your task.
What will you do?
Tend to the wounds. What you need is there. Take it. Your deeds today will be remembered like those of the Ten.
He says he should have finished Regalla. He was almost about to die. He was almost about to die.
This is it. Aether's below.
I'm so upset about the Slitherfang thing. I am. I really am.
What was this place?
Every time this happens on a main quest.
There.
Even on Cauldrons, if I
Console.
remember correctly. Might have meant the first time she challenged him. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Maybe now. Now that I think about it. Yeah, it's probably the first time she challenged him. Yeah. From Terence Goodman to Steve Perkins. What the heck, Perkins? Ever partition the cluster without telling me again? Don't ever partition the cluster without telling me again. We had power surges all over the place, including one in the main building at 8:31 p.m. Right when Director Kadori was heading out for the night. The Gold Mountain Hollow lit up from total darkness right as she walked by, and it scared the living ish out of her. She was pissed, dude. What are you trying to do? Get us all fired? Oppai would appreciate this. Oppai definitely would. Yep. Yeah, that should appreciate. I think yeah, that should really appreciate this. What the heck, Perkins? Yeah, what the heck, Perkins? Perkins, you suck, Perkins. What the heck, Steve? How do I access Stonemarsh? That's my next question.
Come on, Aether. Time to go home. Yes. Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring Aether subordinate function to original code.
Got it. Now to get this back to Gaia.
Why did he pick this place though? Like, why did Aether pick this place? That is never explained. Or that is never talked about. The reason. Or maybe it does. Can't remember.
The words of the Ten are now clear to us. Here, this must be the vision that Chief Hikaru saw years ago. All of the visions are changed, and this one just arrived.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
Aloy, here. Let's talk.
Wait, who was yawning?
Please, Aloy. Come here.
I remember my last trip to the hunting grounds. Blood, steel, honor.
Your hunting grounds suck.
Let's talk. Please, Aloy. Come here. The visions throughout the grove are different now. And this one, it just appeared. Is this your doing?
Visions have changed.
That's the one that inspired Chief Hikaru.
More testimony of the old ones.
Maybe too much of a powder, maybe.
Hear now the words that reunited a people. Following the tragic events of the war, Anne Faraday, the chief architect of the reconciliation effort, addressed a nation in need of hope.
If we look into the future, the lens of the recent past, our fears loom. Wars waged against machines, scarcity of food and water, storms norms that drive us from our homes. But true courage means facing those fears with conviction instead of cynicism. Leading the peacekeeping effort with these brave men and women, these marshals of the new Southwest, has strengthened my conviction that when we are united, we can overcome any threat. Join me. Join us in that conviction as we strive for a nation and a world without want or war.
Aye. Very nice indeed.
Reporting for duty, Commander. I'm coming with you.
But Hekarro needs you.
Because of you, he has new marshals. And a rallying cry the clans cannot ignore. So I will stand with you on your mission. Give whatever is left of my life. It is what I choose.
How can I say no to that? Varl, there's someone who wants to join us. I need you to meet him in the foothills and guide him the rest of the way.
On it.
Go to the mountains, west of Plainsong. A friend of mine will meet you on the ascent. I'll join you when I can.
A friend of yours? Should be interesting.
New friend indeed. I was wondering who else would join us. I was actually wondering.
Alright, I need to get Ether back to Gaia. Seems like capturing it did something to the other holograms too. Might be worth checking out.
Yeah, I need to check them out. That's for sure. Here's the other thing. Ooh, the more of the arena. Wait, what? What's that? Give him a description. I think it did. No, it gave Ivira a description. Oh, that's the marshal. Embodies the hope and dreams of Chief Hekarro's dream of unity for the Tenakth. Okay. She competed in the Kurut, right? Okay. When Regalla attacked an event, she fought bravely in defense of her chief, and afterward. Arena gives me legendary gear. Oh, interesting.
Let us hope the new marshals don't meet the fate of those at the embassy.
The crowd is smaller than I expected. People must hear.
Honor and strength.
Join JTF-10 for a covert operation deep within the rainforest. Whether at home or abroad, JTF-10 protected assets critical to the insurrection. Deep in the jungle, concealed by mud and darkness, they laid their traps for their enemies.
This will be a test.
Will Regalla attack today? Or is it all a...
Columbia drop. Ah, so those are the data points. Okay. What I was thinking, Shabtai, more than just power, I think it might be just system and memory that Ida was hogging, because Ida is an AI, right? Probably needs a ton of it. So with the gear they give you.
Trained to outlast, conditioned for any climate. JTF-10 were elite defenders in even the most remote mountain landscapes.
These challengers
Really?
seriously.
Discover how JTF-10 claimed home field advantage in the desert. JTF-10 seized key assets all across the desert. Where others feared the Mojave's raging sandstorms, JTF soldiers used them for cover, crippling enemy supply lines.
What's this one? I can.
Of JTF-10 in the mountainous regions of the hot zone. Trained to outlast, conditioned for any climate.
My strength is yours.
JTF-10 were elite defenders in even the most
name of the
remote
10.
mountain landscapes.
Let's check that out before we head out.
Aloy.
Out in the field or relaxing at base, Joint Task Force 10 acted as one. Led by Colonel Edward De La Hoya, their bodies and weapons were always honed for battle. Meals, ink, bruises. These daredevils of the sky
Honor and
shared it
strength. Do you
all.
have a moment?
Be guided by the 10.
That's why they got their don't keep any loot, so don't waste time trying. Oh, it's okay. So that's where they got their tattoos, the idea of tattoos from. Huh. These guys just like
Relaxing at base, Joint Task Force 10 acted as one. Led by Colonel Edward De La Hoya, their bodies and weapons were always
Aloy.
honed for battle.
In the
A
name
word,
of the
if you
10.
will.
Ink, bruises. These daredevils of the sky shared it all.
Guarding the memorial throne. Maybe even catching some fights in the arena.
Blood of the 10, Aloy. Regala denied. The truth of the visions revealed. I doubt you have enough skin to mark all your deeds.
We'll just have to remember them then.
Well, thanks to you, the chief still lives. And hope remains. But that's not why I wanted to speak with you. I need a favor. A personal one. My grandson, Cavo. He was not counted among the dead, which means he must still be with Regala's remaining forces.
He was taken prisoner.
No. He joined them willingly. Like many young soldiers who seek to mark their skin with distinguished deeds. I must search for him. Convince him to come home. Chief Hekarro cannot spare any soldiers for this task, so my blade is alone in this. Unless you'd be willing to join me. I know it is much to ask after all you've done for us. But Cavo is the last of my blood.
Spanning the rebels.
What made Cavo join Regala's rebellion?
For some, Regala represents a chance of vengeance against the Karja. During the Red Raids, it wasn't easy to turn the clans back at Barren Light. Many wanted to pursue the Karja all the way to Meridian.
So when Regala attacked the embassy, they took it as a call to arms.
Yes. But others, the young especially, care only about the glory they think they'll earn by hunting an age-old enemy. As for Cavo, it was probably a bit of both. And a youthful desire for a cause to get the blood burning. Nothing I said could stop him.
Lots of your blood.
You said Cavo's your last living relative?
Yes. Before Chief Hekarro, the clans warred constantly with each other. Every skirmish claimed another comrade. One by one, I buried my children. And then their children.
I'm sorry.
I tried to vent my grief on the battlefield, but I never found comfort there. Only in the wisdom of the visions. And even so, I still couldn't prevent Cavo from following the trail of blood.
Will he listen?
So if Cavo didn't listen to you when he joined the rebels, what makes you think he will now?
Cavo was too young to fight during the Red Raids. War was a stranger to him. But he must have experienced the suffering it brings by now. He will listen. He must. I just have to find him before it's too late.
If Cavo joined Regala's rebellion of his own accord, will Hekarro let him back into the tribe?
The chief knows the value of mercy, and the toll of unending bloodshed. It's the rest of the tribe I'm more concerned about. They won't quickly accept someone who betrayed them. Even with my support, it won't be easy.
But you have to try. I'll help you find your grandson, if I can. Where do we start?
A while back, our scouts reported Cavo's squad left one of Regala's outposts in the hills to the south. His squad never returned, but the scouts also spotted one of our own being held captive there.
So we'll start at the outpost. If we free the prisoner, maybe they'll know where Cavo's squad went.
Shall we head out?
I'll meet you there.
I have some other things to take care of first. I can meet you there.
I'll wait for you on the hill crest southeast of the grove. We'll make our way to the outpost from there.
I really like her armor.
Strike true.
I wish we could get that. That's actually one of the best pieces I've seen. With all the feathers, the frills.
But don't think I'll go easy on you.
That's the other quest. Oh, shut up.
There she is. We should ask her. The tribe is May your blade be bright.
Champion, I fear we must lean on your strength and generosity again.
Just tell it to her straight, Ducka. The tribe needs the arena. She's our only hope to getting it open again.
You need the arena? But the cool route's over.
That's true, but we also use the arena to boost the tribe's morale.
We use it for training. Herd in machines so our soldiers can experience the glory of the kill in a controlled setting.
Which, of course, boosts morale. But Chief Hekarro won't let us reopen the arena until the ballista protecting the field is repaired.
We need it in case a machine runs amok, and it was damaged during the cool route. The parts we need aren't easy to find.
I get it. You need me to hunt down some machines and grab the parts.
We'd ask someone else, but every squad in the Grove is on alert. But the task is not without compensation, right, Kala?
Of course. Once the arena is open again, I would be honored to invite you to compete.
That's my reward.
A variety of machines will be available.
And I will award you prizes for victory. Not just from the arena, but also for medals won at hunting grounds. You'll be able to trade them for some of the tribe's very best gear.
To fix the ballista, we'll need a sinew from a rollerback, along with some bristleback tusks.
I already have them.
Both kinds of machines have been spotted near a campfire to the southeast. When you're done, bring the parts to me at the maw of the arena, on the northeast side of the grove.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
One more thing. If you're going back into the wilds, I have another duty tied to our soldiers' morale. A regrettable one. Every Tenakth soldier carries a tag carved with their squad symbol. Rebels have been hoarding the tags of the soldiers they kill. You might find such tags at any enemy outpost. If you do, bring them to me. I'll make sure they're returned to the soldier squad mates and loved ones. Having confirmation sometimes soothes their grief. And there are bounties involved, if that matters to you.
I've already found some of those tags.
I don't have anything to pay you with here. Bring them to me at the maw of the arena when you can.
Thank you, Champion. And please don't forget the parts for the ballista.
The only thing that I'm... Go to the rollerback site. Okay, so I don't have rollerback stuff. Which is... Okay.
Guess I need to head southeast to find that roller back. I already have enough bristleback tusks on me.
Fear shall lead us.
Already? These challenges
You are the tip of the spear that shall finish. Come this way. We will stay. Gambling is mine. You shouldn't be jumping around here.
Shut up. He did point feedback. Much of a gun at all, jamming all the time before it blew up in your face. What on earth is it doing in a museum? Is there a hell for guns? If there's a hell for guns, it belongs there. Rick Daly, Washington DC. Gracias por... Okay. My husband and I were pleasantly surprised by the serenity of the crater in its current form, a telling landmark after all these years. It silenced a stark contrast to violence of bygone days. Joey was here with my brother, but he's a wee. Oh, of course. Medina this, Medina that is all I heard in every exhibit. My father knew the Medinas, from when they were still holding rare earth in Arizona. Let me tell you, them folks ain't the heroes of this story, of any story. Okay. Carefully written hieroglyphs with Fashav's personal mark. Every time I set foot here in the arena, I'm taken back to my own Kulrut. At the time, I couldn't be sure why Hekarro allowed me to partake in the trial. I hoped that the chief was obliged to let me enter, but instead, he seemed merely intrigued. I won't lie, I enjoyed the obvious frustration of the other contestants. Highborn though I may be, I know how to kill. One Desert Tanak couldn't contain his discontent as I stood blood-stained over a prone machine, about to kill it. He blindsided me, spearing both its head and my calf. The crowd cheered. Me, not so much. Smug as he was, he even turned around to take in the ovation. I used the moment to break the spear to free myself. He did not take kindly to that, nor to the fact that I used half his weapon to impale his foot. I was ready to leave it at that, but he wanted to continue the brawl. I didn't notice that all machines had been destroyed. It was just us. The onlookers yelled angrily when the bout started leaning my way. Other contestants closed in on me, but Hekarro's voice boomed through the arena. Leave them. He who draws first must face the consequences. A long minute passed as we wrestled without rules or grace. With the very last of my strength, I snapped his neck. The whole place fell silent. Then Hekarro walked up to the edge of the arena and spoke. We fight shoulder to shoulder. We do not stab our fellow soldiers in the back. We must look our enemies in the eye as one. It took me a while before I realized he was talking about the division between the clans. Even so, I'll never forget how he gave me, an enemy general, a fair chance. It's why I served him wholeheartedly. And now Chief Hekarro has given me leave to return to the Sundom. The embassy is only days away. From then on, I will do everything in my power to broker a lasting peace for our people, Hekarro. This has been the grandest of adventures, but goodbye, my friend. Man, I miss Fashav. I wish he hadn't been killed off. I wish he had, at least survived, with bad wounds. Fashav would have been, a really, really good character. I feel like. At least, reading his stuff, it looks like that. By now, we all know the story. In the 2030s, as rising temperatures baked the desert southwest, the federal government ordered a controversial evacuation. When residents of the 3 affected states refused to leave, their protest was championed by rare earth magnate Roberto Medina and Joint Task Force 10 pilot Colonel Edward de la Hoya. The The ensuing struggle escalated into the first full-scale engagement between automated forces and human soldiers in world history, not to mention the first military campaign fought on American soil since the Civil War. But climate change wasn't the only cause. Water rights, the politics of urban versus rural states, and the increasing demand for rare earth materials by US tech companies also contributed to the crisis. This exhibit is designed to broaden our thinking to consider all of the factors that led to the tragic events of August 20th, 2037, in the hope that... Okay, that's what I've forgotten.
This is your opportunity to buy fine goods, Outlander.
Benavita appearance. Raul Bishop, Micah Cardori. Micah, you'd better hear this from me. Remember Sonia Buenavita? I hope that's how you say it. The aide to Senator Maria Medina. She just did an interview going on about how you are unfit to lead the museum due to a confirmed bias towards government history. She's accusing us of erasing Roberto Medina's legacy by substituting his heroic efforts to curb the government's reliance on machine power with the both sides' narrative that reflects from the real issue of federal overreach. I know Buenavita is a hothead, so I'm not surprised by her wording, but we should be concerned. As an aide to Maria Medina, she could probably sway her to abandon support of the museum. And you know as well as I do how fragile Senate support is at this moment. Losing a vote is one thing, but we can't afford to lose Roberto Medina's daughter. Symbolism alone would shatter our hopes of future funding. Please advise on our PR strategy. Maria Medina's visit is due in 2 weeks. The timing couldn't be worse for us, Raul. That's it, right? That's all of it.
That was quite a bump.
Head Mangrove Brown to Info MBMM. Items for collection. To whom it may concern, my late husband, Kana Mangrove, perished with Roberto Medina at the Battle of the Mojave. When his last leave was hastily recalled, he left his duffel bag at the house. It holds the usual items: shirts, pants, undergarments, toiletries, but also devices with data, snaps of his unit, a collection of maps and marching orders, including the one ordering his squad to join Medina. He even kept a couple of small G-SYN drone parts we think he took as souvenirs. Kana proudly spoke of taking down several. We were wondering, would the museum be interested in said items for the collection? The family would feel honored if his memory is preserved. Okay. And that's all. Believe that's all.